What's going on, guys? Colin here, and this is your weekly news update for gaming. How's everyone doing, guys? Well, this week has been it's been a busy week, but not like game overload busy. We're still on the Technomancer, and I do believe we are getting pretty damn close to finally being able to finish it. Because right now, let's see, last night when I played it, I think my thing told me I was like 22 or 23 hours into it. And from something that I saw, I think the game is only 28 or 30 hours long. I think it was 28 if you're just sticking to the main storyline, and it's 30 if you do all the side missions and whatnot. And I haven't done really much of side missions in the game. I think I might have done 3 total, just because I'm not a side mission person. If I had more time, I would do more side missions. But because of my job and the way that it works into my schedule every week, it's very difficult for me to play the main story of the game and add on side content. I just don't have enough time to do it. So usually most games I just stay on the main storyline. Because usually, most games in the main storyline, I have the time where I can play to do that and beat it. Even if the game's really long, like Fallout 4, as long as I stay on the main storyline, we're golden. So, now, Technomancer, and I think that's the only thing I played this week, right? Yeah, I'm losing my mind, yeah. Technomancer is the only thing I played this week. Let's see. Now, obviously, we are going to continue on with Hitman, obviously. But as of right now, right this second, I am downloading the Hitman Summer Bonus episode. And it's actually 2 episodes. One is in Sapienza and the other is in Marrakesh. I know the one in Sapienza, from what I read it really fast, you're like hunting down like a movie icon or something, and you need to get rid of them, kill them, And then in Marrakesh, I'm trying to remember, I read through that one even faster. I think some sort of business deal goes wrong, or it has something to do with like a construction contract or something. I don't remember. Like I said, I read it really fast. Really fast? Yeah, I read it really fast, guys. I read it really fast. Fast. What the hell? But yes, I'm downloading that right now. And what my plans are is later on today, I will jump into Hitman, and we'll see if we can beat both episodes tonight and hop back over into Technomancer. Because usually the Hitman episodes, they don't take long. Excuse me. And, oh, the other thing that we're going to be jumping into this week also involves Hitman. On Friday, they're releasing another elusive contract, but you guys are going to love this. It's Gary Busey. Everybody knows who Gary Busey is. He's a freaking nut job. He's out of his mind, but he's funny. They are putting him into Hitman as an elusive contract, and we get to take him out. So I'm okay with this. So on Friday, I'm going to be downloading, or not downloading, playing the elusive. Well, hopefully on Friday. Don't quote me on that. The elusive contracts normally only go for, what is it, like 2 or 3 days max. And every time that they have done one so far, it falls on days that I have to work, so I can't ever sit down and play them. Which is why there's never been any updates on my Hitman stuff. I have the featured contracts and exclusives things playlist, and then I have the Hitman episodes playlist. And I wanted to do elusive contracts, but like I said, they always wind up falling on days where I have to work, and I just can't fit them into my schedule. But The Gary Busey one, they are letting it go for 7 days. So it's going to be on there on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next Thursday is when it'll end. In 7 days, yes, I will play it. I will find Gary. I will destroy you, Gary. So, that's going to happen. More than likely, I will try to play that, like I said, either Friday or Saturday. If I cannot get to it Friday or Saturday, Monday and Tuesdays are my day off. I will be playing it on either Monday or Tuesday. And I'm also hoping that either this week or next week I will wrap up the Technomancer. And if I do that, we're going to jump into Dishonored as filler content until the beginning of August. And at the beginning of August is Batman, a Telltale series, which I very much want to play. And also No Man's Sky, which we are going to play because I've already ordered it. Now the Batman game I haven't. I'm waiting to see if I can or not. So we'll find out. All right, guys. That is the wrap up. Catching you guys up on what has been going on for this week and everything. And now let's hop into a little bit of news for you guys. All right. So the first thing I'm hopping into is the delay of Crackdown 3. Recently, Xbox marketing manager Aaron Greenberg said open world game Crackdown 3 is coming in 2017 because the company's holiday 2016 lineup was so stuffed with great games that it didn't need more. Now, another high-profile Microsoft executive has spoken about the Xbox One and PC games delay, saying it's partially the result of the campaign not being ready. Development has been going incredibly well, Microsoft Studios general manager Shannon Loftus told Game Informer, to be honest, because we obviously have this Crackdown online mode, and then we also have the traditional Crackdown campaign, which has multiplayer online. But we want to launch our online beta so that it's not too far in advance of the complete campaign. It's actually the campaign that we're doubling down on now. We've got internal play sessions every week for Crackdown Online. We're starting now to get the campaign in. Building these open world games is both challenging and a blast because you have to build all of the systems that interact together before you get to the point where you can actually experience what the game feels like and can start building your missions and telling your stories. Loftus went on to say that Crackdown 3's campaign will be worth the wait. It is most fully featured campaign we've ever done. Of course, some of these features involving big-time destruction. Depending on what you choose to destroy in the environment, there will be massive big reactions all over the city, she said. Gangs will get together against you. This is the first time we've ever had something like that. That's pretty cool, actually. While players may have to wait a while longer for Crackdown 3, the game, or at least part of it, was previously expected to launch in 2016. Loftus said she is proud of giving developers the time they need. Appearing on the TXR podcast last week, Greenberg said Microsoft has so many other great games coming this year, not to mention third-party gamers, that he's happy to see the game land in 2017 rather than be crammed into 2016. We don't need the game this year, he said. We've got Recore, we've got Forza Horizon 3, we've got Gears of War 4, we've got Dead Rising 4. Just on the stuff we're publishing before we get to all the great third-party titles. We have a great partnership with EA around Madden and Battlefield. We've been more thoughtful about spreading out our titles over the next year, not cramming them all into the holiday season, Greenberg added, giving people time to play games, to have time and money to be able to go buy the next game. When we look at that holiday 2016 window of time, we sure didn't need another big AA game, and so we'd rather give the team time, and bring that out sometime next year. When the delay was announced in June, Regent Games creative director Dave Jonathan said the team realized it couldn't deliver on the schedule it had previously set for itself. Crackdown 3 is a game built for the future with a multiplayer experience that will redefine what it feels like to play games, and as we continue to work on this, it has become clear that our original timeline of delivering multiplayer to fans this summer, while maintaining the size, scope, and quality of the game, will be challenging. Jones said at the time, "Our top priority is to give gamers an experience they have never seen before at a scale never thought possible, and sticking to our original timeline would have to compromise that goal." Crackdown 3's multiplayer component was expected to be out sometime in 2016. We'll now be waiting until 2017 for Crackdown 3. Although it's unclear if we'll be seeing the multiplayer component then or the full game. And it was confirmed at E3 that Crackdown 3 is coming to Xbox One and PC. And additionally, a teaser set for the game popped up in June and seemed to suggest a beta is on the way. Alright, that's the first thing that we hopped into there for you guys. And as always, coffee. We love our coffee. Now, second thing I want to hop into here. Second thing we're hopping into is it's all about how Ubisoft is doing. And I've always wondered if that's the way they say it. Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft? Not sure. I don't think I've ever had anyone tell me, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone actually say it's pronounced. I don't know. I know that was a little side distraction there for you guys. Sorry. And the thing that I want to go into these guys, it's basically like I said, it's just about how Ubisoft or Ubisoft is doing. It's basically their percentages and what money they've made and whatnot. It just it seemed cool to me. For anyone that is interested in this type of thing, I'm sure it's probably not the most popular thing in the world, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that would be interested in this. At least I hope. And the thing we're waiting on is, looks like my laptop's lagging again. Last week it did a good job, and actually so far it was doing a really good job. But right now it's being stupid. Come on, computer. Stop it. I really hate when it does this. Let me get in there, guys. Hold on. It always lags when I do the recording on the camera. That's where it messes my computer up. Because otherwise than that, my laptop works freaking great. But when I do this, it messes up. Okay, I think I got it, hopefully. Okay, so here we go, guys. Ubisoft today reported earnings for the quarter ended June 30th. And one of the standard statistics is the 75.3% of the company's total sales came from digital channels. This is up significantly from the same 3-month period last year when it stood at 56%. Digital net revenue was $104.8 million, and then it has in parentheses 115.4 million. While total sales for Ubisoft during the period stood at 139.1 million, parentheses again, 153.2 million. The 75.3% digital share represents a new record high for Ubisoft. This number being so high may have something to do with the slower summer months, as opposed to the retail-centric holiday period. For comparison, digital sales made up 32% of Ubisoft's total sales for all of the latest fiscal year. Okay. Ubisoft also mentioned that its digital revenue figure includes what it calls recurring player investment, which came in at 47.9 million, which is 52.7 million. This is up 113.8% compared to last year. Recurring player investment includes the sale of digital items as well as DLC, season passes, subscriptions, and advertising. Overall, Ubisoft sales during the quarter jumped by 44%. By comparison, it ranked in 96.6 million, parentheses 106.4 million, during the same period last year. Ubisoft also mentioned that it's 139.1 million, parentheses 153.2 million, and net revenue for the quarter is above its target of 125 million. Another area of success for Ubisoft during period was back catalog sales, which rose 36.3% to 126.8 million, parentheses 139.6 million. This demonstrates the increasingly recurring nature of our operations, Ubisoft said. The outlook for the video game industry has never been so promising. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot said in a statement, "Our growth drivers going forward include the digital transformation, the strong momentum of the PC, console, and mobile markets expansion into new geographic regions, including Asia, the excellent potential of esports and virtual reality, and the extension of the group's brands beyond video games. All of these factors will help us pursue our strong pace of value creation in the coming years." Also included in Ubisoft's earnings report today was a slide that speaks to the percentage of sales by platform. As you can see, PlayStation 4 leads the way at 31%, but the Xbox One year-over-year increase from 11% to 23% was far greater than the PS4's rise from 27% to 31%. Also of note, Xbox 360 rose by 2%, while PlayStation 3 fell by 8%. Okay. And that's that. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's gotta look at something right here real quick. Alright, sorry about that, guys. The wife was texting me. Okay, now, that's the last bit on gaming news for this week. Now, I do briefly want to talk about something that has kind of been, it's kind of been bugging me like a lot lately. And the thing that I want to talk about is the amount of violence that has been going on in our world lately. Now, I know, just like everybody else knows, just like everybody else knows, there has always been violence in the United States. Always. You know, it's never not been around. It's always been around. So, but the thing that I've been noticing lately, and it's been almost the past, I'm going to say probably the past 2 years, I have noticed an increase in violence around the world. Now, I mean, I watch the news, not a lot, but I watch it enough to see what's going on, and I guess a big part of me, I don't understand why there is just so much violence going on, and it really does, it breaks my heart. I don't feel the need for all this death and destruction. It's not necessary. People don't need to die. Now, I understand that there are certain circumstances where, you might have to murder someone or something. I get that to a certain extent. But where it's getting to the point where now I'm seeing where people are just, you're in like a shopping mall, or you're quickly ran out to grab something at the grocery store. People are just walking in those places and shooting people for no reason. Why would you do that? There's no need whatsoever to do that. There really isn't. Now, I understand that some of these things have been happening because some people are mentally unstable. So, okay, fine. Some part of me understands that, but another part of me is like, well, why isn't, if the person's mentally unstable, why isn't someone like watching them, like hanging around with them, trying to keep an eye on them or something? And then the other part of me is, where the heck did they get guns from? How did they get their hands on it? Because if they're not 100% okay in the head, they shouldn't be able to get their hands on a gun. But I do suppose if they live somewhere with someone that owns guns and they happen to know where they are and they can get their hands on them, then okay, then it's basically, I guess it's shame on the persons in the house that they live with. You should hide your guns better. Keep them in a safe that has, I don't know, like a lock that you have to like change every, I don't know, week or something, so the person never knows what the code is to get in the damn thing. I don't know. That's just the stuff that's really been getting to me lately, and it's just, like I said, it breaks my heart, and I don't feel there's a need for all this death and destruction that's been happening lately, you know? There's the big deal that happened in Paris, which, just a little bit ago, it wasn't too long ago, just a little bit ago, where, the terrorist people, came in and several different locations all over the city. They attacked people and killed people, and there wasn't need for that. Now, granted, I know from what I heard, they said that they retaliated because we keep on, I think we were like dropping bombs on them or something, so that was their way to retaliate against us, but there was a reason why we were dropping the bombs on them to begin with, and it's just crazy. And, for the people that were in Paris and they were just there on vacation, just to visit or something, because they've never been there before, and the next thing they know that there's bullets flying at them, or they actually did get shot and die. That kind of stuff, it sucks, and it's not fair. And I just wish things weren't going down this really, really ugly, dark road right now. Because as of right now, that's where it's been going, and it seems like that's where it keeps on wanting to go. And I wish that it wasn't. I really, really do. Because after the thing in Paris happened, that was horrible. And then stuff just keeps happening. You know, there was just a couple days ago. It was last week. Some guy, it was Paris again, just after they started to finally feel somewhat okay. There was like an area somewhere, but it was an area where it's very where there's a lot of people, and there's I guess a lot of shops and restaurants in the area that they were in. I guess it was an area where they were all grouping together to watch like fireworks or something, and some guy got in a truck and just ran over a whole bunch of innocent people that did not deserve that. And then after he gets done running over a bunch of people, he gets out of his car and starts shooting people, or gets out of the truck and starts shooting people. I do believe he did die. The police did catch him and kill him. But that's just another thing where it wasn't necessary. All those people did not have to die. There were so many families that were torn apart because of that. And the first time it happened in Paris, there were so many people that were torn apart by that. People lost their husbands, or people lost their wives, or people lost their children, their daughters, their sons, or what if they had like a son-in-law or a sister-in-law, daughter-in-law gone. And then the very even more sad to me is, what if someone just had a newborn baby? What if the baby was just born? Now that child is going to grow up without a father or a mother, or even like the most horrendous scenario, both parents die. Now the kid grows up with not knowing either one of his parents. And that's heartbreaking to me. And then after a little bit of the incident that happened last week in Paris, where that happened, then let's see, it was a couple days later again. Or wait, no, hold on. I think I'm getting my stories mixed up. Before the Paris thing happened, there was another sniping incident where somebody was on a roof. It was in Dallas, and he killed like what was it, like, I don't know the number. The last number when I was listening to the whole media thing was like 10 or 11 officers were killed or something like that. So there was that attack in Texas that happened, and I do believe they got him too. So, and then after that happened, then I think it was the Paris thing where the guy, ran over a whole bunch of people, and then after that, then there was something. It popped on my feed on Sunday when I was at work. In Florida, some guy walked into a medical clinic, and there was nobody in there except two people, and the two people that were in there were elderly people, completely harmless. And he just walked in there and shot both of them. But now there were guards on duty, and once the guards heard all the commotion, they ran in there, tackled the guy, and held him there till police came. So he got captured, but again, people died for no reason. That didn't have to happen. Well, why did a guy randomly just decide to go into a medical clinic and just shoot two people? How to me that sounds like you're mentally unstable. Because if you have that kind of brain thought, and you think it's okay just to walk in somewhere and shoot people and not really care, there's something wrong with you up there. You're not right. So that happened, and again, that's really sad. You took away somebody's mother, somebody's father, somebody's aunt, uncle, cousin, whatever it may be. And then in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, there was another fight with cops. And some guy, from the last thing I saw in the media, was 3 officers were killed and 3 may have been injured. But they... Now, see, that's the thing I'm trying to remember now. Hold on. The stuff I was reading is 1 suspect got shot, and I think they killed him. And then there was another suspect that they thought, well, they think there might have been another suspect. But now the last thing I read is maybe there's not, and it was just this one guy. But the thing was, the guy was an ex-Marine, so what happened there? You know, that's crazy. So again, it was another more killings that just weren't necessary, and you know, I feel bad for everyone that's going through it. I feel bad that it keeps on happening over and over, and I just wish it wasn't happening. You know, I feel sorry for everyone that's going through it. You know, my heart goes out to anybody that is going through it, that lost somebody or is involved in it, and you know, whatever. You know, my heart goes out to you, and my heart goes out to the world in general. Just because I wish the violence would just either calm down significantly or just completely go away. That would be the nicest thing, for it just to go away, but I know that's unrealistic, and there will always be violence in the world just because that's just how the human race is. It sucks that we are that way, but that's just how it is, you know. There will never be a world where there's not violence, so that sucks. I mean, maybe someday, far in the future, maybe there will be. As of right now, you know, it's very sketchy. And, you know, we got a lot of fights going on all over the world. And, you know, just a lot of sad things happening that, you know, I wish would change. But I went on a slight rant. My apologies. It was just, it was something that has been bugging me, and I just kind of wanted to get it off my chest and talk about it. And that's basically it. So, remember, guys, later on tonight, once my Hitman thing downloads, we're going to jump into that. We're going to play that, and depending on how long it takes for me to beat that, we'll jump into Technomancer, play some more Technomancer tonight, if the Hitman game doesn't take too long. Just remember that part. And otherwise than that, next week is going to be more Technomancer if we don't beat it really soon. I'm going to try to beat it pretty quick, though, so just remember. The rest of this week, more Technomancer. We're going to do the summer bonus episodes of Hitman, and then we're also going to do the elusive contract of Gary Busey. So we're going to take him out. And that is the update for this week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do me a big favor, hit that like button for me. It definitely helps me out. And obviously, if you like what I got going on, you know, please subscribe to the channel. Like I always tell you guys, I got lots of content in my channel for you guys. You know, I'm getting close to like 2,000 videos in my channel for you guys to watch and enjoy. All right, guys. This is Colin, or aka Mr. Cowa. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next week. All right, guys. Deuces.